Hello, my name's Jo, I'm a percussionist, and this is the second in a series of 5 mini videos all about spoon playing. So make sure you've watched the first video first, because you need to know how to hold the spoons before you get into this rhythm that we're going to do now. Okay, so we're going to do some basic rhythms, and I'm going to show you a really nice little technique. We're going to start off by just tapping on our hands and tapping on our legs, making sure the spoons aren't falling out of your hand. So just have a little tap, make sure they're working okay. If your spoons are sliding around a little bit, that's okay. That normally happens when we start off. Just put them back into position, maybe push a bit harder with the thumb on the top or grip a bit tighter with the fingers underneath. Okay, so we're going to be really gentle on our legs. Don't play on your legs too hard. Okay, and we're going to go leg, leg, hand, 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 leg, leg, hand. So some of you might recognise that as the We Will Rock You rhythm. So maybe after this you'd like to play along to the tune. Okay, let's try it again. Leg, leg, hand, 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 leg, leg, hand. Remember to be really gentle on your leg, not too hard. Okay, well done. I'm just going to show you something that I'm playing with my foot. You might have heard this going on in the background. Okay, this is a little pedal that I've got with egg shakers on. Okay, and I'm just playing this on the pulse, just so that you can hear where the main beat is. Okay, so one more time with our little rhythm, and it goes leg, leg, hand, 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 leg, leg, hand. Okay, how about going from one leg to the other leg? So one leg, and then your other leg, and then onto your hand. Leg, leg, hand. So we're going across our body this time. Okay, how are you getting on with that? If you're finding that's too fast, you can take it slower to start with. So leg, leg, hand, leg, leg, hand. And quite often, just saying the words as well will help you. Leg, leg, hand, 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 leg, leg, hand. Okay, so let's put our spoons down, give our hands a little rest. Make sure you take lots of rests in between playing. Okay, now we're going to have a go at what I call a roll. So this is a bit like a drum roll. It's going to sound a bit like this. Okay, so we're going to add that to our We Will Rock You rhythm in a minute. Okay, so what we need to do is we spread the fingers on our other hand. Now I should probably say at this point that I'm right-handed and I'm holding my spoons in my right hand. Okay, now it's not always the case, but most people find it easiest holding the spoons in their strong hand. Okay, might not be the case for you, but generally that's what most people find easiest. So I've got my spoons in my right hand, which is my strong hand, and then with my other hand I'm spreading my fingers out, so quite wide, and keep them quite straight if you can. And then I'm going to put that hand over my leg, so not touching my leg, just above my leg, and that hand's going to stay there. So we're going to try and keep your hand quite still. Yeah, it's a bit like a funny shaped ladder, isn't it, above your leg? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to point my spoons at my fingers and really gently run down and land on my leg at the bottom. Okay, so it's a bit like a little drum roll. And it's actually just the bottom spoon that's running down. So it's only the bottom spoon that's touching my fingers. Okay, so give that a little go. If it's not working, I have to say it does take a little bit of practice quite often. So it might take a little bit of time before you get the sound. But if it's not working, maybe you need to make sure that your fingers are apart. Maybe your fingers have moved back together again. Maybe your fingers aren't stiff enough. Or maybe you're moving this hand around. Okay, so make sure your fingers are apart, quite stiff, and keep that hand still. With this hand, make sure you've got that little gap between your spoons that we talked about in the other video. And then the spoons run down very gently, so you don't need to push hard. Okay, very gentle movement. Okay, so that might take a little bit of practice, but see how you get on with that. Okay, so if you have got that, we could then add it to our rhythm. So we're going to do a roll onto our leg and then tap our leg again for the second beat and then onto our hand. Okay, so instead of just going leg, leg, hand, leg, leg, hand, we're going to go roll, leg, hand, 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 roll, leg, hand. Okay, we'll do that a little bit slower. Roll, leg, hand, 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 roll, leg, hand. And if you wanted to, you could go across from one leg to the other again as well. So you could go roll, leg, hand, 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 roll, leg, hand. Okay, so take a little bit of time to practice that. It might take a while. Okay, but then once you've got it, you can then move on to the next video and learn something else.